Hello, I am Nilay Şimşek. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Many of you have an opinion about my job. I'm a horse racing person. I have been working for Jockey Club of Turkey for years. That's why I always prioritize the topics about horse racing. Today, we are going to talk about one of the best racing in the world. I'm gladly welcome Mr.Neil Abrahams, head of racing at United Arab Emirates Equestrian and Racing Federation. Hello, Mr. Abrahams. Welcome to my channel. I'm very
Thank you.
appreciated to have this interview with you.
Yes, it's been a long time. It's nice to be able to catch up with you, and it's great you're doing this channel.
Thank you so much. And I remember when we met, I was a translator and I think freshman student at university, and we have still been in contact from this day. Thank you so much for your time. I know you have very hectic calendar and for your support.
That's great. No, it's lovely to see you excelling at your profession. So we're only too happy to help out.
Thank you so much. Okay, firstly, I would like to talk about the horse racing in United Arab Emirates. In the
Mhm.
old days, when we were talking about horse racing, people consider the Great Britain, France, or the USA. But after for the last 3 or 4 decades, people have a great interest in your horse racing in Arabian countries. It has rapidly grown. Horse owners and spectators are looking forward to watch races in the United Arab Emirates. First thing first, how did you reach this position?
How did I get started working in the Emirates?
I'm looking forward to how they the, sorry, reach this success as a country, United Arab
Right.
Emirates. Yeah.
Okay. Basically, what happened, we're probably going back 32, 33 years. There was a decision made in the UAE that they wanted to have world class racing.
Mhm.
And they have one or two very small amateur tracks, if you want to call it that. They were just kind of starting to race. So what they did is they bought people from around the world that were already working in successful environments and industries um, into into the country with the instructions of, look, we want to have big league racing. How do we do it? So that's why you see when we initially started, there were so many different countries represented because they went around the world to some of the best race courses and asked basically, we need your help. So a number of us came over and we took on different roles, different opportunities, different tasks, and we started from the ground up. We started to build it to what it is today.
And so you're one of the brain team, right? One of the
I
member
was
of
one of the
brain
early
team.
ones. Yeah, yeah. We were just starting. They had just literally started to race in a small way the season before, when a number of us were invited to come for the season or to come for a period of time and just basically walk around and see. Okay, if we want to improve this, where do we need to start? What do we need to do? What approach should we take with this long term?
Okay. Um, I, well, okay. My questions will be might be so basic, but because I want to inform everyone about horse racing in this channel, how do you have any changes from European style racing and in United Arab Emirates racing? Are there any differences?
No, not really. It's hard to change an industry. It would be like
Yeah.
changing Formula One racing.
Yeah.
Um, you'll find as you go around the world in different countries, they have slightly different rules, but for the most part, it's horse racing. There's a
Yeah.
starting stalls, there's a racetrack, there's jockeys. It's a race. So from that perspective, to the general public, no, there's not a lot of difference. Where you see the difference is the environment. For example, in the UK with the big grass tracks and the weather, you expect something. In Santa Anita in California, you expect a lightning fast track and sunny skies. So you do see differences there with different environments. Some places where they get a lot of rain, they have an all-weather track, which, yeah, it gets soupy sometimes. But you have racetracks in the Middle East that have turf. They're grass tracks, which are normally a little bit firmer than, say, the European tracks, because the grass tracks in the Gulf are built on sand. Um, they have great bases and they're built very professionally with layers of integrity. But at the same time, you're not going to have a deep, soft track like you do at Longshaw in the pouring rain in October. If anything, when you're dealing with a grass track in the Gulf states, rain can actually make it harder because it pounds the sand down.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, racing's racing. Every country you go to, there's a little difference here and there. But at the end of the day, when the starting gate flings open, nobody's thinking about those differences. They're trying to see where their horse is.
Yeah, and they just cheer for them, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At Dubai World Cup, you can get 55, 65,000 people,
Mm.
for that particular day. Um, and it's a very enthusiastic crowd. It's a big day, whether it's Royal Ascot in the UK or Japan Cup. The people want to come out and see top class racing, and yes, they do use their lungs.
Actually, I was planning to ask later, but now we are talking about. I have a question for you about Dubai Racing Festival, because as horse owner side, and also as a spectator, we are looking forward to Dubai Racing Festival in a year. So, okay, what we see from outside, it's extremely beautiful, and it's spectator and so excited. I'm not talking, of course, you welcome many horses and many expensive horses and horse owners as well. But I would like to understand the spirit of the festival. I haven't been there before. So, from Dubai, how would you explain to me, how would you tell me the spirit during the Dubai Racing Festival?
Well, the racing festival was designed to give people around the world a chance to come to Dubai and compete, not just once, but to come for the winter, for example, or to come in January, stay through March, when perhaps the environment where you are, not you personally, but wherever the trainer is, the owner, um, perhaps they're not racing. For example, in Europe, there are countries that don't race on the flat in the winter time because the weather's just not great and the tracks don't really hold up for it. That gives people an opportunity to come out here and race for 90 days for decent prize money. The weather's nice, horses like it here. They don't have to put up with the cold and the freezing rain. So it's an excellent opportunity for some people to come and just to have a good springtime, especially if you've had a horse that's had a problem, say in the summer, and he's missed a lot of racing. Um, he can come out here in January and get back on the track if he's ready, rather than having to wait until April back in Europe again.
So, can I call Dubai a racing festival? It's the composed of marketing success and racing success, because you consider every details about weather. Because you said it's winter time in Europe, but it's better weather in the Dubai, and it's a marketing success. Also, a great benefit for the racing, isn't it? So, I'm sorry, I'm a marketing person. That's why when we talk about something, I think how I can promote it and how is the marketing, where is this in this topic. That's why I'm asking that. Sorry.
Well, I think one of the things, and bear in mind, I live in Abu Dhabi, but I am an official for ERA. One of the things in Dubai that it really sets it alone is it's the experience of coming to Dubai to race. It isn't just going to the racetrack, it's staying in Dubai, enjoying the culture, having some nice dinners, going out to the beach,
Mhm.
just enjoying the whole culture because it's so different for a lot of people. the Arabic heritage, the museums, is everything. So it's packaged as an experience, not just a job. You're not just coming out to run your horse because that's what you do for a living. You're coming out in the wintertime to experience a different lifestyle, great opportunity for your horses and your staff. But at the same time, you have that experience you go home with. It was more than just shipping in for a race and leaving. You oftentimes they'll stay for 90 days. They'll live in Dubai. So you really immerse yourself in the culture as well as just get on with racing your horses.
So actually, Dubai Racing Festival offer a story, being a part of a story in 90 days. So horse owners or trainers are gonna be are gonna experience Dubai environment and racing in 90 days. So it's a kind of they're part of a story of Dubai's story, right? I hope I'm
Yeah,
right.
you're coming not just for the racing. You're coming to be
Yeah.
part of that whole experience,
Yeah.
and it's in a sense it's marketed that way as well because they want you to come and stay. They don't want you to come in for one race and leave in a week. They want you to come and enjoy the environment, and because the racing has valuable prize money, oftentimes a good horse will come in and stay for that period of time where they'll have an opportunity to run 2 or 3 times before Dubai World Cup Day.
You're also famous with equestrian shows as well. You have worldwide famous equestrian shows. Could you please give us more information about these shows?
Are you talking about the show jumping or the Arabic show?
Actually, show jumping.
Okay. Show jumping in the Gulf states has really grown tremendously in the last 20 years. The UAE has, in a way, led the charge because they have a number of centers in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and Sharjah of international standard. Abu Dhabi has two big stables with indoor arenas, one of which is about 500 meters long. So you can do quite a few activities at one time. Sharjah has a beautiful indoor arena where we have a lot of international shows. And as a matter of fact, I'm coming to you tonight from Elaine, where we're just about to start the 4-star Al Shira show. And we're jumping every day until Saturday or Sunday evening this week. We've got a lot of international horses have just arrived. There was over 50 horses on the plane coming in from Europe. So we've got some just fantastic international show jumping over the next few months. And that goes into March, where they're jumping the big horses on a regular basis at 4- and 5-star shows.
You're head of United Arab Emirates Equestrian and Racing Federation. Could you please give us more information about what does the federation do?
The federation is the governing body of horse sports in the UAE. In other words, we're affiliated to the FEI, the federation which runs all the horse sports in the world, the Olympics, Asian Games, European Games. We're part of that structure, and each country has a federation which is part of the FEI. Our job is to look after the rules and regulations of all those sports, whether it be dressage, eventing, show jumping, endurance, at that level where we do the registration, we put on the guidelines, we build the rule books in cooperation with the FEI, and then we govern the actual competition days themselves, where we have officials representing the FEI, representing the federation, and our job is to make sure that the competitions are run fairly. Animal welfare is a huge issue. We always look after our friends. And at the same time, we make sure that the riders, trainers, owners all have a really pleasant time and all have opportunities to succeed.
Oh my God, how many subjects you are work on?
Yeah, it gets a little crazy sometimes because the horse industry has, especially the equestrian industry, has grown so much in the last 10 years. I mean, the number of riders we have show jumping now. I mean, I remember when I started out here, we had a show about once every 3 weeks with about 60 riders. Now we have a show every week. The Alshira show, which is a very important show this week, we've got about 440 horses
Oh my God.
um, jumping this
It's a
week.
huge
So,
success.
well, we've got 5, 6 classes a day. We start at about 8:30, and then the last class, which is our premier class, starts at 7:30 in the evening, and we'll run for about an hour and a half just to jump off the top class Olympic type horses, and that goes on for 5 days. Um, we just come in. We actually had 1 day break because we were in Dubai this past weekend for the Sustainable City Show, which is a 2-star international, and it was a brilliant show. But
Mm.
literally, we just finished jumping on Sunday night. We managed to get Monday in the federation, and Tuesday morning we're here in Elaine for the inspection for the next show.
I see why you have very hectic calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there is no doubt how wealthy United Arab Emirates is. But I also would like to be informed about the effect of horse racing on United Arab Emirates economy.
It's yeah, it does have quite a role. I would say in the last decade, the number of local breeders has just climbed in numbers at an unbelievable rate. Um, if you go back about 10 years, there were probably about 200 foals a year registered in the UAE. Um, Last year it was 660, and it's climbing every year. I'm sure it's in the 700 bracket now. And that's just local breeders who live in the
Mhm.
Emirates breeding foals, which will be used for racing, for dressage, endurance. Not so much the show jumping. Most of the show jumpers come in from other marketplaces, in Europe or North America. But certainly the industry itself has grown in leaps and bounds because every year when you've got that many new horses, you've got that much more commerce going on, whether it's the farrier that has to look after their feet, or the veterinarian who's coming to keep them healthy, or your staff, because every year everyone's stable seems to grow by 10 and 12 horses.
Yeah.
So it's creating a lot of economic benefits. We're racing more now than we've ever raced. We race 4 days a week. Um, Back 30 years ago, we raced once a week. And to give you an idea, a lane race course up here, um, it has a phenomenal number of runners. The starting gate holds 15, and on most nights there's 7 races, and at least 6 of them are a full gate. Um, it's just incredible.
Mhm.
Lately
Yeah,
we've
it
been
is.
lately we've been splitting races and having 9 because there's just so many horses. You get a maiden race with 60 horses entered. Well,
Yeah.
15 runners isn't good enough. So at least if we split it, we can give 30 of those horses a chance to run, and then the other 30 will get to run next time. But the economic benefits are huge because things like the manufacturing of horse trailers has taken off over here. There was never enough
Mhm.
transportation, but now people are either buying rigs in Europe and Asia and shipping them in, or they're now manufacturing 2 horse trailers here in the Emirates, which you can buy in the marketplace. So all those industries that have popped up and benefit now because the horse population is going through the roof. They're very
Mhm.
happy. Very happy. We've got 12 trade stands at the Elaine show jumping, whereas maybe 10 years ago you'd have had 2 trade stands. Now there's
Yeah.
so many companies involved, and they're bringing in new products. They're manufacturing their products. It's a whole interesting world of commerce now that didn't exist some years ago.
And you are one of the guy who started this development.
Yeah, many years ago, there
Yeah.
was a smaller team than we have now, and we understood clearly from the people we work for. Emiratis are smart people, and they travel and they get educated in other countries, and they bring back those ideas and say, "Hey, I was show jumping, in the Hamptons in New York, and it's beautiful. How can we do that here?" Or we had endurance in the where was it, in Kansas, and His Highness came back and he'd attended a very important event, and he said, "I think we should have endurance here in the UAE," and that's how it started. Somebody saw something, they brought it back, and horse racing is the same because the royal family in Dubai are very active in Britain, as you know, and in Ireland. Um, Especially when they were younger. And they brought all those ideas back to Dubai and Abu Dhabi and said, okay, we can do it here. And that's what we do now.
We are so gladly they had this idea as
Yeah,
a horse racing person.
it's been an amazing experience for all of us because we have really
Yeah.
good bosses who support us, but they have had the vision that they needed. Um, they knew what was possible, they knew what they wanted, and they were able to communicate that to us so that we could create what they were looking for, which is a world-class product on a world-class stage.
Mm. The last but not the least, I'm asking my favorite question to you. If if I was a horse owner and I come to Dubai, what would you recommend me to do? I have a horse and come to Dubai. I may also race at Dubai Racing Festival. What would you recommend for me? Also for the city and the racing area.
Okay, so if it's somebody coming to the Emirates for the first time,
Mhm.
I'm guessing we're talking about an owner coming to watch their horse run. So they
Yeah.
might come for a week or two, there you are. You want to immerse yourself as much as you can. Um, it's fine to visit the race course and understand everything that goes on there and to be part of the racing scene. But there's so much more to do in the Emirates. There's so much culture. There's so much opportunity for entertainment. The food scene here. If you're a foodie, you've done very well coming here because they have so many fantastic restaurants and cafes. You've got an opportunity to understand the history because there are some major museums here that deal with the local culture, but you've also got the international museums like the Guggenheim, where you can see things from around the world that are brought here to be displayed here for Emiratis to see and learn and understand. But you just have to really open your mind to just how much is here. And we always tell people, if you know you're coming in advance, do some research. Find out about, why you're coming to Dubai. What else is in Dubai I can see?
Yeah.
Come up to Abu Dhabi. It's only an hour and 10 minutes to the capital. Um, and see what Abu Dhabi is and how it's different from Dubai, for example. But there is so much to see in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi. You need quite a bit of time.
Yeah, it's obvious
But
that I
the
need
rate,
at least
the
2 or 3
racing is
minutes.
great. The racing is
Yeah.
great, and at the races, you're going to meet people that have shared values in the sense that they want to see Dubai too, or they want to go down to Fujairah, to one of the other Emirates, and to see the culture there and to see the highlights of that journey. And the great thing about the Emirates is you're only 2 or 3 hours from everywhere. I mean, Abu Dhabi is an hour 10. You can be in Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah in less than an hour and a half from Dubai, and they all have their own special aspects and tourist attractions and industries that you don't imagine. Whether you want to go out fishing, or go looking for the wildlife, or skin diving, things like this. There's something to see in all of the different Emirates, so you're never going to be bored. If anything, you'll run out of time, sadly. because you won't get to see everything. But yeah, you have to open your mind and be prepared to enjoy everything that you see around you.
Mr. Abrahams, I'm so appreciative, as I said before, to have an interview with you. It means a lot for me. And do you have any last messages for my subscribers?
Yes, just have a lot of faith in you because you're a very knowledgeable young lady in the sport, and you've got some great history, and you can teach a lot of people a lot of things about racing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hope to see you soon.
You take care. Thank you for the opportunity to join you today.
Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe for my channels, and you can follow horse racing industry or horses world in my channel. And also please like the video, comment it, and subscribe. Yes. Thank you for watching me, and thank you for your support in advance. Bye bye.